TimberTech.com, TimberTech.com. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that Honey Pepper Pimento Sandwich.
And that Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory. It's bold. It's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Who Are You Banking On is sponsored by Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. We're going to go for a wild card option today, hitting in the 9-hole DHing. Yeah, it's Kevin Alcantara. Let's roll the dice with Alcantara today. As we take a look around baseball, the National League Central, the Pirates with a 6-2 lead over the Brewers one day after they swept them in a doubleheader. Paul Skeens for Pittsburgh. Jacob Wizarowski was supposed to start for Milwaukee today, scratched with arm fatigue.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. Yeah. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Touch 'em all time, the Grand Tour. Jake McCarthy's second homer of the game. He has 10 ribbies in the last 24 hours. Bomb! Bang! Grand slam!
And the Dodgers look like the comeback kids. They did it down 6-0 last night. They were down 3-0 tonight.
7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. It was the best version of Dylan Cease tonight.
That's hit pretty well. It's Gurriel out near the wall. He leaps up, and he caught it! What a catch by Gurriel! He robs Mitchell of a 3-run homer. On the ground, and a great stab by Schmidt. He touched the base, somehow threw to first and got the double play. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen.
Pregame on your home of the Cubs. 104.3 The Score.
Presented by the official sports of The Score. Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fee.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
And now, Odyssey and 104.3 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Gone! 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Swinging a line drive base hit. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle. Bush drives one in the air. This ball's got a
chance, gone!
This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove, and then so Ozzie's walking out saying, hang on, what's falling out of my glove? Hold on. What? And I'm telling you, I mean, he's got almost half the infield in there.
And he's going to just get Bowers into a crab walk backwards and eventually tag him out. And Bowers began to do the crab walk like he was in PE in first grade.
Don't see that often.
You got to have fun on the baseball field, right?
Pete fouls one off right over toward Craig Alpernez in the dugout. That was on the ground. He's had enough.
It's like there's a magnet over there.
He has seen enough.
He's going to get a glove. He's going to get his catcher's mitt.
It's about time, Albie.
That ball got into the upper deck, and then it ended back up on the playing field. Oh, no.
Not happy.
David Peterson on to pitch. Jacob Marcy loses the bat, which hits the netting and stays right there. How about that?
Wow. Not Charlotte's, but Citi Field's Webb.
Batting cleanup, J.J. Bleday. Eugenio Suarez, the designated hitter. Tyler Stevenson batting sixth and playing behind the plate doing the catching. Noelvi Marte in right. Edwin Arroyo at second base. And batting ninth and playing third base for Cincinnati, Key Brian Hayes. So there you have the lineups. The game time temperature 81. The umpires are still at the home plate area. They've had the exchange of lineup cards and a brief discussion of the ground rules. Game time temperature of 81, sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Cubs occupy the third base dugout here in Cincinnati, wearing their gray shirts, gray trousers, red numbers on the Cubs' backs, blue hats, helmets, sleeves, and socks, and a variety of shoe colors. The Reds in their home uniforms today, they've got white pants, red shirts, red hats, and red shoes and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. We are ready to go. The Cubs and the Reds back to get it started right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, when the game ends, the music starts in New Lenox. The New Lenox Summer Concert Series brings world-class live music to the New Lenox Village Commons. The lineup includes Men at Work and Toad the Wet Sprocket, Big and Rich, Andy Grammer, Blue Oyster Cult, and Roger Daughtry. Affordable tickets, free parking, close to home. Fun for the whole family. Get tickets now at newlenox.net/concerts.
It's game time. That makes it the perfect time for a flight by Yingling. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. And Pat, the Cubs are looking to enter the All-Star break by taking their series here in Cincinnati. And if they do so, the Cubs will finish the first half of the season 12 games above 500. Quite a feat when you consider all the injuries that the Cubs have had to navigate through this first half of the year.
Absolutely, Zach. And another game over in Pittsburgh. We're keeping close tabs on Milwaukee at Pittsburgh. The Pirates sweeping a doubleheader yesterday, and Pittsburgh leading the final game of that series today. Yesterday, a very big day for the Cubs, picking up a game and a half in the standings, and now 6 behind Milwaukee with this final game before the All-Star break. We are ready to go. Pete Crow Armstrong stepping in, the Cubs leadoff man, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Pete gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $200 to Service Dog Charities. We are ready to go. The first pitch of the game from the left-hander Abbott is in there for a strike, and away we go. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Abbott coming back to PCA, spins him away with an inside fastball, almost nailed him in the lead elbow. Abbott is 5-5. His ERA a shade under 4. What are some of the other numbers as you look at Abbott's slate here, Zach?
He's coming off a quality start last Tuesday against Philadelphia.
Pete takes a ball down low, a hook.
6 innings, 3 earned runs on 5 hits, no walks, and he struck out a season-high 8 batters in that game.
It's warm, the sun trying to fight its way through the clouds. 81 degrees, the pitch outside, and the count now 3-1. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Let's see if Pete gets something to hit on. 3-1. Here's the pitch. He hits a high pop fly foul and back out of play. Pete ready to head to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. It's my guess that he is going to have a whole string of All-Star appearances before his career is done. Maybe 8 or 10 or 12 in a row. I could see that easily.
He's a special player, and he's been playing that way for more than a month now. Some red-hot numbers from PCA.
He's waiting for the 3-2 pitch from Abbott, and a swing and a smash foul past first.
Pat, how about this? Over his last 37 games, Pete Crow Armstrong is hitting .386, 15 home runs, and 28 runs batted in.
I can't imagine many big leaguers have done much better over that span, can you?
No. He's near the top at most of the categories during that time.
3-2 pitch inside. He walked him. So Abbott has walked the leadoff man. Pete reaches base. And let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally as Seiya Suzuki steps in. The Great American Ballpark. Beautiful yard. Nicely manicured infield. You almost never see a bad hop here. 328 down the left field line, 379 left center, as Seiya takes high for ball 1. Dead center 404, a very inviting 370 to right center, 325 down the line and right. And when the weather gets warm, the ball carries in this park very, very well. Here's a swing and a miss by Seiya. Suzuki 3 for 8 in the first 2 games. Cubs able to even up the series by virtue of a 5-3 win last night. The Reds took the opener 4-0 on Friday night. Now the pitch, Seiya will take a strike. 1-2. Alex McKay calling balls and strikes. And the runner goes. The pitch low and outside. Throw to second base. Head first slide safe at second base. He stole it much more on Abbott than he did on the throw by the catcher Stevenson.
24th stolen base of the season for Pete Crow Armstrong. Stolen bases by the Cubs are powered by Arturo Tire. And the Cubs immediately have a man in scoring position.
Nobody out, top of the first. Suzuki waiting, fouls it off. Looked like Seiya took a poke at right field that time, which is not a bad piece of strategy early in the game. You want to get that guy over to third. In a perfect world, you'd drive him in and give the team a 1-0 lead. On deck is Alex Bregman. He had the game-winning home run last night. Here's the pitch to Seiya, high and inside. And Abbott showing a little wobbliness. I'm not sure if that's a word, Zach, but it is now. Wobbliness with his control, which is kind of atypical of him. Now the left-hander ready for the 3-2 pitch. A liner down the right field line, slicing and going foul. Seiya knew it was foul. He never dropped the bat. Reds are 8 games below 500. The Cubs are now 5-1 in the season series against Cincinnati. The Cubs last night became the first road team to win any of the 6 games between these two teams. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way. Instead of pickoff throw to second, not in time.
And Pat, you'll be happy to know that wobbliness is indeed a real word.
I do feel better, Zach. I was a little grumpy there after saying it, but I feel chipper now. And now the 3-2. From Abbott, a long look back at Pete. The pitch hit in the air to center. It's going to be caught by Steer, and Pete Crow Armstrong advancing to third. The throw to third base, not in time. Very few guys in all of baseball would have even thought of moving up on that play, but Pete made it easily. The throw was offline, and the Cubs have a man at third with only 1 away.
Steer is a versatile player. Center field is relatively new for him. It's just his second game this season out there in center field. The first was in the opener this series on Friday night, so Pete Crow Armstrong taking advantage.
RBI opportunity for Bregman, infield in. The pitch to Alex is up and in, ball 1. Alex had the game-winning 2-run home run in the 7th inning in last night's game. It's his 8th of the year. He's got 37 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high. He wants to get something that he can drive into the outfield to get the Cubs on the board. Bregman, born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, waiting for the 2-0 pitch. Swings and fouls it at the plate. Bregman's batting average at .236. 37 runs batted in, has 8 home runs. Carson Kelly on deck as Pete Crow Armstrong leads in foul territory at third. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center, shallow. Pete's going to not tag up, and that ball is dropped. A run is going to score. Cubs lead 1-0. A triumvirate of Reds. Again, the Reds infield was in, so that creates more space between the infielders and the outfielders. Steer, the center fielder, came racing in, tried to make a sliding catch, and only got a glove on the ball. It popped out of the glove. Cubs lead 1-0. That'll have to be an RBI double.
Yep, and they've given Bregman a double on that play, his 15th of the year. And we mentioned Steer relatively inexperienced in center. He was playing deep with Bregman at the plate.
And here's Carson Kelly. RBI number 38, as we said, for Bregman. It looked like Pete was not tagging up on that play. It was such a shallow ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't know if Arroyo, the second baseman, was going to be able to make a play on that.
Here's the 1-0. And that's a fastball high. And the count now 2-0 on Carson Kelly.
But that ball hung in the air forever. It's a play that's got to be made.
Now the stretch by the left-hander and the 2-0 pitch. Fouled away by Kelly off to the right.
Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
Cubs with a run in the bank have a chance for another tally with Bregman at second and 1 away. And now the 2-1 pitch on the way to Kelly. Carson lines it foul. Nice to see plenty of Cubby blue and shirts and hats on the fans seated around the ballpark, many of them right behind the third base dugout, which is the Cubs dugout. But actually, I see them all over the ballpark. Some in the bleachers, I see Cubby blue. Now the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Kelly caught looking. And that's out number 2. First strikeout for Abbott. And it's up to Michael Busch.
A fastball, top of the zone, right along the outside edge. It froze Kelly. The first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Lefty against lefty as Michael Busch will hit one in the air to left, slicing toward foul territory, and this ball is going to be back out of play. Busch, the first left-handed batter to face after Pete Crow Armstrong led off, that is. 3 straight right-handed batters, and now Busch with 48 RBIs would love to add to that total right now. Here's the next pitch, swinging a bouncer foul, 0-2. Abbott lost to the Phillies here on Tuesday night, did not pitch badly. The final score was 4-1. He gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings to a tough Philadelphia offense. He's always pitched well against the Cubs, a team against whom he is 6-2 lifetime. It's his 9th career start against the Cubs. Fastball is up high. It's already a 27-pitch ordeal for him in the first inning. Bregman away from second, the pitch to Busch. Driven toward right, down the line, in the corner. That ball is going to be off the wall. A run is in. Busch motoring to second. He's got a double. Cubs lead 2-0. Right down the line in right. It hit the fence on the fly, and the Cubs lead 2-0.
It was a sweeper right in Busch's whopping zone, near the bottom of the zone, knee-high in the middle of the plate. Busch turned on it and whacked it off the wall in straight right. RBI double for Michael Busch, and doubles by Cubs batters sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Busch with a 3-hit game last night, and the RBI double here early in this one. That's a good sign heading into the All-Star break. Busch has struggled mightily over the last month.
Ron Coomer would have enjoyed seeing that double by Busch. Here's Nico Horner now with a chance to drive in a run. And Nico swings and fouls it back. He would also have appreciated your reference to the whopping zone, which is what Ron talks about, pitches being in a very hittable area. I've always meant to ask him, how do you spell that word? I'll get around to it, and I'll report back to you, Zach.
It's cool sounding, though, isn't it?
Would there be an H after the W or just W-O?
I think W-H.
Okay.
I think.
0-1 on Nico Horner. And Nico takes down low. Nico nothing for 7 in the series. Cubs already have given their starter, Matthew Boyd, a little cushion to work with. Boy, this is a tough place to play and pitch. Very tough park to pitch in the summertime. And it's a warm day today. Nico bounces one to short, scooped up by De La Cruz, and he will throw out a hustling Nico Horner to end the inning. But the Cubs score twice. RBI doubles for both Alex Bregman and Michael Busch. After a half inning, Cubs 2, Cincinnati coming up on the score.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. I'm going to open them up and See who I played with.
Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Restrictions apply. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/2026. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Go. Cubs lead 2-0. Matthew Boyd on the mound. A likable left-hander, beat Baltimore this past Tuesday night in the opening game on this Cubs road trip. 5-2 the final. Making his 6th start against Cincinnati. And now time called by Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie reaching up to his face. I'm not sure if he's got something in his eye. One of the Reds trainers coming out to look at Ellie De La Cruz as he is being attended to. Zach, what are some of the numbers of Matthew Boyd that jump out at you?
So overall, Boyd 4-1 with a 4.31 ERA in 8 starts, but he's made 3 starts since coming off the injured list from knee surgery and that shoulder issue in late June. And in those 3 starts, a 2-0 record with a 1.72 ERA, including 6 scoreless innings last Tuesday in Baltimore.
He sports a blue glove on the mound. And Matthew Boyd ready to go to work on Ellie De La Cruz, who's batting right-handed. And the first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. De La Cruz, switch hitter, batting right-handed. His light green colored batting gloves. A curveball misses for ball 2. De La Cruz, 15 home runs. 4 for 9 in this series with a home run. And he pulls the ground ball foul past third.
Out in front of a changeup, and you could hear that he broke his bat on that foul ball. A 78-mile-per-hour change from Boyd. The speed gun powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
De La Cruz with a brand new bat. He's going to put some rosin on as he's over in the on-deck circle.
And Pat, that gives us time for you to make a prediction. A Feel Like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch.
I feel like, and I know it's a little bit of an edge, they've already got a 2-run lead, but I think the Cubs are going to enjoy this Sunday afternoon with a very satisfying win. Here's a pop fly on the infield. Should be routine for Bush. The first baseman makes the catch over near the mound, and that's out number 1. So that's my prediction. The Cubs are going to win today's ball game.
I like it.
Nice and simple, direct. 1 away. Here's Sal Stewart. We're getting close to a station ID. Dave Abbott is our engineer. He always works with us when we're in Cincinnati, has been for many years. And a pitch on the way. Hit in the air to right, deep but foul and slicing out of play. 10 seconds right here for Station ID on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Go. The next offering to Stewart is also fouled away. Boyd with a brand new ball, ready for the 0-2 serve to Sal Stewart. And here it comes. And it's a check swing on a breaking ball. Did he go? No swing, says Roberto Ortiz, the first base umpire. That was close. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way. That misses low and outside, another off-speed delivery. If you're just joining us, the Cubs grab the lead in the top of the first. RBI doubles by Alex Bregman and Michael Busch. Cubs trying to win the series and trying to beat Cincy for the 6th time in 7 meetings this year. Here's the 2-2. Inside, it hit him. Stewart gets hit in the leg, and he's going to limp to first. I'm not sure exactly where it got him, but it hit him flush. And he's limping noticeably as he gets to first.
Let's take a look at the replay here as Stewart heads to first, but he screamed loudly after that hit him. It got him in the shin. He wears a protective guard in his front, like the left leg, but it missed the guard. And you could hear it. It got bone. He's okay. He's at first base.
Now, Zach, you must have very good hearing. As Spencer Steer bats, Cubs lead 2-0 in the first. And a fastball is taken high for a ball. I actually did not hear him scream, but you made it sound like you could hear it all over the park.
Oh, yeah. Well, David Abbott has these microphones placed right behind home plate.
Here comes the 1-0 set. And the next offering, liner to left, a base hit. Now the Reds starting to make a little noise. 2 men on with 1 away. Stopping at second is Stewart. Steer with a base hit to left, and the batter is J.J. Bleday.
Bleday with 16 home runs this season, primarily as the cleanup man for the Reds. 2 of them in this series.
Lefty to lefty. And the pitch on the way to Bleday is outside for a ball. Bleday, a .241 hitter, does have 16 home runs and 42 driven in. Stewart leads at second. Steer away from first. Boyd coming back to Bleday. A ground ball to second base. Horner will go to second. There's one. Swanson to first. That's going to be not in time. The Cubs are going to challenge that call by first base umpire Roberto Ortiz. Dansby thought it was in time. He had a good view after making the throw to first. I thought it was in time for the out, but we're going to wait until the video. Yep, and Greg Counsell says we definitely would like to challenge that call by Ortiz.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Sharply hit ball right to the second baseman. I have not yet seen the replay. Have you?
We have not seen a replay on our monitor as of yet. Horner had to range slightly to his left and then had to turn around to throw the ball to Swanson. Swanson fired a strike to first, and we're getting our first look here. Man, that's a close play, but it looks like the ball is in Busch's glove before Bleday steps on first, at least at first glance here on the replay monitor.
It also looks like Busch's left leg blocks the view of exactly the instant at which the foot touched the base by the base runner.
Right, from the view that we got. Now, again, there are about 14 to 16 different angles that they have in the replay center in New York, and we don't always see all of them.
So we might wait here for a moment. They're going to take a look at several different angles. It's a close play. There's no question about that.
After review, the call stands. The runner is safe. Chicago loses the challenge.
Okay, the Cubs lose one of their challenges. The call stands. He is safe. The inning continues. Bleday safe on the fielder's choice. Stewart is the runner at third. Bleday at first. Eugenio Suarez the batter. And the Cubs lead 2-0. Bottom of the first inning with 2 down. So Boyd has to do a little more work. The veteran left-hander sporting a blue glove. And he fires to Suarez. It's inside, ball 1. Suarez 3 for 7 in this series. Had a home run in last night's game. Now the 1-0. Looped foul down the left field line. Good pitch in on his hands, Zach.
Suarez has 37 career home runs against the Cubs. He's the active leader against them.
It does not surprise me. I think I've seen almost all 37 of them. 1 ball and 1 strike on Suarez. Boyd coming back. Fastball is just inside. 2-1.
Big hole on the right side of the infield with Bush holding on Bleday at first. Horner up the middle to the right of the bag.
2 outs, 2 on, 2 balls and a strike on the number 5 hitter Suarez. Boyd will go to first with a pickoff throw, and it's not in time. Matthew has one of the better moves of any pitcher in baseball, always among the league leaders in pickoffs. Now Matthew comes set. Runners take their leads first and third. Suarez swings on a curve and doesn't get it. What do you like on 2-2, Zach?
I think Boyd's going to go with the fastball here. That was a change-up low, and I think he's going to go with that rising fastball to Suarez.
Suarez 10 home runs for the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. The pitch. Bouncing ball foul toward third. Another off-speed delivery.
Yeah, he doubled up on the changeup there to Suarez, and Suarez was out in front. Fouled it off.
Cubs scored twice in the top of the first. Run-scoring doubles by Bregman and Bush. Reds threatening. 2 outs, 2 on. And the 2-2 from Boyd. Popped up foul and back out of play. Good fastball. Kind of a late swing by Eugenio.
Fastball top of the zone, right along the outside edge. Now do you change the eye level and go with something low here?
It's 2-2. Matthew Boyd delivers. This pitch is smacked foul down the third base line. Sal Stewart, the runner over there, already got nailed by a pitch. He kind of looked at his teammate as if to say, please hit it somewhere else. Boyd ready to make his 21st pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets him. A low inside breaking ball. Boyd with a strikeout. Suarez is gone. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Reds don't score, leave a pair. On to inning number 2. Cubs 2.
First pitch. Swinging a line drive, shallow center. On comes Young. He goes into a slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Second base umpire points to the first base umpire, Blakeney. Says he caught it on a sliding grab. What a catch by Young. Just making sure he got it. He did. Phillies don't have a challenge, and Jacob Young saves a couple of runs with that sliding shoestring catch.
And no question, right into his glove, no short hop. Great play, huge play.
So after all that, the bases left loaded, a 1-1 game.
Breaking ball lined into the gap in right center and in for a hit. And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was.
Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
Jaime Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He couldn't catch it.
How about that? first ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
Red Sox rally caps worked. Now the Mariners with a bit of an Arabian twist. The Red Sox trying to counteract with the gloves on top of their rally caps. Mariners continue to try to find the winning fashion statement. I think these boys are tired. Deep to left field. Way back. Gone. Wake up, New England. The shaving cream does indeed work.
Rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Fully insured by NCUA.
Nope. With Zach Zaidman pinch hitting for Ron Coomer. Pat Hughes at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. A warm summer day. Cubs lead 2-0. Ian Happ batting right-handed against the southpaw Abbott. Takes down low for ball one.
Abbott threw 31 pitches in the first inning, so we'll monitor him the rest of the way.
Here comes the 1-0, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1. Happ hitting .222, 17 home runs. Swanson and Alcantara to follow. Ian hits a ground ball to the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. The big man has a rifle, and he guns to first in time to get a hustling Ian Happ, and that's out number one.
The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time.
Ellie De La Cruz took kind of a circular route to that ball so that when he got it, Zach, he had some momentum moving in the direction of his throw. Pretty nice looking play. One down, and here's Dansby Swanson. Dansby knows about making all the plays at shortstop. Swings and misses. Swanson at .210, 16 home runs. Chops it foul, and the count 0-2. Well, the All-Star break will begin right after this game. Pete Crow Armstrong will represent the Cubs at the All-Star game in Philadelphia. Tuesday night is the Midsummer Classic, as it's known. Here comes the 0-2. Fastball is high. Cubs will enjoy a little R&R, as will all of the members of the staff and the traveling party. The Minnesota Twins will be at Wrigley on Friday night on the resumption of play. A rare Friday night game at 7:05. Can't remember the last one we had of those, Zach.
It's been a long time.
Day games over the weekend. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. The Detroit Tigers come in a week from Monday, starting on July the 20th. Here's the 1-2. Dansby looks at a ball down in the dust. One away, nobody on, second inning. Cubs on top 2-0. Andrew Abbott delivers. Swing and a miss by Swanson. Chased a low changeup. And that's out number two. Second strikeout for Abbott. And it brings up Kevin Alcantara.
Celebrating his 24th birthday today. And Alcantara in the starting lineup as the designated hitter.
Here's the pitch on the way to Kevin. The tall, strong right-handed batter takes down low for a ball. Abbott comes back, and Kevin takes a strike.
The center fielder Steer playing Alcantara tick the other way toward right center. The defensive alignment sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com.
Here's the line drive right to the shortstop, De La Cruz. It ends the inning. Kevin Alcantara lines out. Cubs go 1-2-3. We move to the bottom of inning number 2. Cubs 2, Reds nothing on the score. And
being named to an All-Star team just once in a career is an incredible feat. But for Juan Soto, that's just part of his game. For the 5th time in his career, Soto is headed back to the All-Star game. Soto finished second among NL outfielders thanks to a late surge in fan voting.
Mets fans are unbelievable. I really appreciate everything that they have done for me. Seeing myself where I start in the boats and then see where I finish is incredible what they did.
It will be his 2nd start overall and his 1st All-Star appearance as a New York Met. Something crazy? At just 27 years old, he is the youngest player to make the Midsummer Classic with 4 different teams: the Nationals, Padres, Yankees, and now the Mets. So how did Juan Soto celebrate? By hitting a go-ahead bomb, of course.
And a high fly ball, deep right field, right down the line. God, if it stays fair, that ball is out of here.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Join the Cubs on Tuesday, July 21st. The Cubs take on the Tigers at 7:05. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition basketball jersey designed by Pete Crow Armstrong, honoring Cubs legend Ryne Sandberg. Don't miss out on this offer. Pat?
Tyler Stevenson first up here in the Reds' 2nd inning. Right-handed batter takes a strike. Stevenson 3 for 5 in this series. Noelvi Marte on deck, and then Edwin Arroyo. Boyd flips a changeup up there low, 1-1. These two teams have been going at it since 1890, 2 of the older franchises of Major League Baseball. Cubs, with their win last night, now have 23 more wins than Cincinnati in their head-to-head battles. So it's been pretty hotly and evenly contested down through the decades. Here's a ball outside, and the count runs to 3-1. See if Boyd can come back to get him. Line drive toward short. Diving backhand stop by Dansby Swanson. Great play. Diving toward the hole on the grass on the outfield. Gloved it with a beautiful dive and made it look graceful. What a shortstop he is.
Full extension, ranging to his right on the outfield grass with the backhand snag. We're going to call that the catch of the game. Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com.
Noelvi Marte will take ball 1. Fans still kind of buzzing over that defensive gem by Dansby Swanson. He makes so many great plays that you almost get spoiled. You expect him to make everything in his vicinity. Tremendous defensive player. Fly ball foul off to the right and out of play.
We were talking about this with Craig Counsell before the series started on Friday in the manager's show about his impressions of the first half, and he started with Pete Crow Armstrong. How can you not? He's an all-star. But right after that, Counsell mentioned the team defense of the Cubs.
Yep.
And Swanson is near the top of the list in that department.
I have never seen a better defensive Cubs team in my 31 years here with the club. Here's a bouncing ball to third. Gloving it is Bregman. Straightens up. Makes a good throw to get him. There is a good defensive player at every single spot, and there are some great defensive players at several spots.
That's a great way to put it. especially up the middle. Warner at second, Swanson at short, Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. The Cubs catchers, both Kelly and Amaya, have done a nice job.
Michael Busch has turned himself into a pretty good defensive first baseman. Ground ball to Bregman, sharply hit, but gloved cleanly. He'll fire to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Boyd as we go to inning number 3. Cubs 2, Reds nothing on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
.com/WSJ.
Cubs with a 2-0 lead over Reds as we begin the top half of the third inning. And the third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Pete Crow Armstrong leading things off against left-hander Andrew Abbott. Pitch on the way, and Crow Armstrong looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. PCA walked to lead off the game and scored a run on an RBI double by Alex Bregman, and then Bregman scored on an RBI double by Michael Busch as PCA fouls this one back out of play in the hole. 0-2. Crow Armstrong still looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 7 with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts, and yet still hitting .386 over his last 37 games. Lefty-lefty matchup with Abbott on the mound and Crow Armstrong at the plate. Now the 0-2. Up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pat, we've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Gee Willikers, you're right, Zach.
Take your time. We'll get your guess after this pitch. Here it comes. Crow Armstrong fouls it back off the screen. 1-2.
Fans in the upper deck in every section, although some sections rather sparsely populated. What did we have last night? 34,000 plus. I don't think we have quite that many.
Crow Armstrong bounces one on the right side. Ranging wide of first is Stewart. The toss to Abbott covering the bag in time as he just beats a hustling PCA to first. 1 away.
That can be a dangerous play for a pitcher if you're a little tardy getting over to cover the bag. So Abbott raced over there, hit that bag, and got out of the way of Pete. He made a good play, and he was out by an eyelash, but you like to see that hustle from Pete.
Abbott on his follow-through ends up falling toward the third base side of the rubber. So he had to reverse pivot and then book to first to beat PCA and receive the toss from Stewart. 1 down here in the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Seiya Suzuki stands in, right-handed batter. Now the pitch. Seiya swings, and it's a pop fly. Foul territory off to the right. Stewart giving chase near the tarp along the sidewall, but this one's in the stands. Out of play, 0-1.
Zach, we have fans in every section of the ballpark. I'll go ahead and initiate the guesses in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I'll say there are 30,004. No, let me say 30,003.
All right, now everything is right with the world. Here's the 0-1. That's a called strike, a changeup to Suzuki. 0-2. For those that don't know, Pat is famous for his palindromic guesses in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Here's the 0-2 by Abbott. That's low to Suzuki. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Although earlier this week when we were at Camden Yards in Baltimore, you had a guess that was not palindromic. And oh boy, social media was a flutter.
A flutter, you say?
The 1-2 delivery. Inside to Seiya. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Are you going to make a guess here?
I'm going to go 32,000 on the dot. So good luck. Now the 2-2. Suzuki lines. Oh, leaping grab back a third by Hayes. 2 away.
Hayes, nice timing on the jump at third. That ball hard hit. It would have been a double had it just been a foot higher. But a nice defensive play, and that's out number 2.
Hayes, a former Gold Glover at the hot corner. Now Alex Bregman at the plate. Abbott delivers, and Bregman looks at a ball low. Fastball that missed. Bregman had an RBI double his first time up. Had a 2-run go-ahead home run in last night's victory. The pitch. Called strike. Breaking ball that floats into the zone. 1-1.
Abbott already up to 55 pitches. At that pace, he'll be lucky to go much beyond 5 innings, you would think.
Bregman hits a one-hopper right back to the mound. Fielded by Abbott. Underhand toss to first, and the Cubs go down in order here in the top of the third. Middle 3, Cubs 2, Reds nothing on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings, 5:30 to 10.
Dominic Smith leads off for Atlanta. Pitch on the way. Dominic Smith hammers one. A mile high, a mile deep, a majestic shot, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a display of power by Dominic Smith. A home run deep over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Boy, that was such a pretty swing. Dominic just pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it, and that ball cleared the fence. I mean, waved goodbye as it was going over. It was smoked.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits 2 defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good, right through the flying uprights.
Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman.
People would love this if we did Lady and the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base. Fast and furious and then on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake.
Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play.
Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena! Superman catch! What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it! Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon. How about that?
It's partly cloudy and 83 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Keep Ryan Hayes at the plate to lead things off for the Reds here in their half of the third. Matthew Boyd deals, and Hayes lines one in a left center field for a base hit. So here comes Ellie Dela Cruz. Popped out his first time up. Cubs scored both of their runs in the first inning. RBI doubles by Bregman and then Bush. And Bush holding on to Hayes at first. There's a big hole on the right side of the infield with Horner up the middle just to the right of the bag. De La Cruz, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the left-hander Matthew Boyd, who works on the third base side of the rubber. Turquoise glove, chest high. Here's the kick and pitch. Called strike, slider that spins into the zone. 0-1. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Boyd has an excellent pickoff move, stares at first and deals. And a ground ball hit to Bregman at third. Throw to second for one. Horner to first. Not in time as De La Cruz beats it out. Close play at first base. Bregman had to range wide of the bag to his left to field it on a low hop. Quickly got it to Horner at second. Tried to make the quick turn to first. But De La Cruz beats it out.
Another nice defensive play by the Cubs, though. Good pickup by Bregman. Got the ball to Nico. The fleet-footed De La Cruz gets the safe call at first. A good call, but they get one out on the play.
De La Cruz always a threat to go. Throw to first. De La Cruz gets back standing up. Cubs picked him off in last night's ball game. 1 on, 1 out for Cincinnati. Here in the bottom of the third. Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Sal Stewart in the box, right-handed batter. The pitch off the outside, 1-0.
The Pirates are pummeling Milwaukee 14-2. That's a 6th inning score. Pirates trying to sweep all 3 in that series against the Brewers.
A long set. Boyd delivers. Stewart looks at a ball low and inside. 2-0 the count. Cubs started the day 6 back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central.
It was going to be an all-star matchup of Jacob Mizorowski against Paul Skeens. That did not happen.
Here's the pitch. Called strike. Slider from Boyd. 2-1.
Mizorowski had to miss today's start because of, quote, arm fatigue. And he'll miss the All-Star game, too.
Boyd misses low with a changeup. It's 3-1 on Stewart, who was hit by a pitch in the first.
Arm fatigue seems very vague. It does not specify what part of the arm might be in pain or in the most fatigue or whatever. We'll find out in a day or two, probably.
And just the other day, right, the Brewers put the left-hander Kyle Harrison on the injured list.
And they've been their top 2 starters.
3-1 the count on Stewart with De La Cruz at first and 1 away. A long set, throw to first. De La Cruz gets back standing up. And that's now 2 throws over to first by Boyd.
Just reading about the Pirates' doubleheader sweep over Milwaukee yesterday.
Now the 3-1. Stewart drills one deep in the air to right center field. Crow Armstrong racing over. This one will one hop the wall. De La Cruz on his way to third. Being held up, throw to second, a little offline, and sliding in with a double is Stewart. So the Reds threatening the tying runs in scoring position after the double by Stewart. De La Cruz at third, just 1 away, and the number 3 hitter, Spencer Steer, due up.
Ball short hopped the wall out in right center. Pete Armstrong played it quickly and fired it to second, but Stewart sliding in with a double. And as Zach told you, the Reds now with men at second and third and only 1 away.
Cubs with a 2-0 lead. Spencer Steer singled his last time up. Right-handed batter against the left-hander Boyd. Bush playing in wide of first. Boyd sets up high, third base side of the rubber. And the pitch. Inside to Steer. He missed with a curveball. 1-0.
Cubs will trade a run for an out. They've got the infield back with men at second and third. 1 down.
Boyd takes a peek at third. That's where De La Cruz is. And here comes the 1-0. That one is tap foul at the plate.
Scoreboard says 2-0, but it's 1-1, Zach. You were right. It was a foul tip.
So 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Boyd a long set. Now the kick and pitch. And Steer hits a high fly ball, foul out of play off to the right. 1-2.
Let's see if Matthew Boyd can get a strikeout right here. That would be big. It's not always how many strikeouts you get in a game, but when do you get them?
Men at second and third with 1 down here in the third. The pitch. Inside to Steer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The video boards here at Great American Ballpark prompting the fans to get loud. They do for a few seconds. Lefty-righty matchup. Boyd delivers the 2-2. That's low to Steer, who's worked a full count. Cubs up 2-0. 1 away here in the bottom of the third with men at second and third for Cincinnati. Steer at the plate with a full count. Now the payoff pitch. And a ground ball hit to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first. That's in time to get Steer 2 away. Coming in to score, De La Cruz. So the Reds are on the board. Cubs have a 2-1 lead. Stewart stays at second base and 2 away here in the third with J.J. Bleday due up.
Mentioned the Cubs playing back. They were going to concede a run to trade it for an out.
Steer gets the RBI. Stewart at second base. 2 down, bottom 3. J.J. Bleday at the plate. And the pitch. Inside, backing him off the plate with a slider. 1-0. Bleday grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed batter, open stance. Hits out of a little bit of a crouch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a changeup. 1-1. Bleday 16 home runs on the year. Boyd looks at second. That's where Stewart is. And here comes the 1-1. And a looper in the left for a base hit. Around third, coming home, Stewart. The throw by Happ offline. And the Reds tie it up, taking second on the throw home is Bleday, who ties up the game with an RBI single. 2-2 Cubs and Reds here in the third.
Bleday quietly having a very big season. That's his 43rd run batted in. Happ thought he had a shot at the plate, but his throw was offline and late. And the batter goes to second on the throw home. The ball game back to even, tied at 2.
Now Tommy Hottovy comes out to the mound to have a conversation with Matthew Boyd and catcher Carson Kelly. The Cubs had the infield shift on, so they were playing Bleday to pull. He's a left-handed batter. So Swanson, the shortstop, was up the middle just to the left of the bag. And Bleday was able to flick that into the undefended regular shortstop position, and it bounced into left for an RBI single. So a brand new game, 2-2 Cubs and Reds with 2 down here in the bottom of the third, but the threat not over. The go-ahead run is at second base in Bleday, and Eugenio Suarez will step to the plate. He struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. Boyd sets chest high, checks second, works his motion and deals. Called strike, a fastball to Suarez, clocked at 94 miles per hour. The finale of this 3-game set here in Cincinnati. Here's the 0-1. Up high, 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Suarez. Cubs started this road trip by taking 2 of 3 in Baltimore, and they're looking to take 2 of 3 here in Cincinnati. 1-1 the count. Boyd deals. And that's a strike to Suarez. A fastball, 92 miles per hour. On the bottom of the zone on the inside edge.
Pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
And as you heard from the home plate umpire Alex McKay, Suarez is going to challenge this call. And it's a strike.
Confirmed. Cincinnati has 1 remaining challenge.
And as you heard, the Reds lose one of their challenges. This ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Just the top of the ball clipped the bottom of the zone along the inside edge. 1-2 on Suarez. Boyd a long set. And here comes the pitch. Off the outside, 2-2. Suarez missed the early portion of this season with an oblique strain. He's got 10 home runs. Now the 2-2. Inside, full count. Bleday at second base, 2 away here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 game, Cubs and Reds. Boyd deals. And a high fly ball, deep left field, still going way back there and gone into the second deck. A monster shot by Eugenio Suarez. And Cincinnati moves ahead. 4-2 Reds here in the third for Suarez. That's his 11th home run of the year. A 433-foot drive into the second deck here in left at Great American Ballpark.
As you call it, Zach, no doubt about it. Low inside pitch. Suarez launching one. That's one of the longest home runs we've had all weekend long. And now the Cubs play from behind.
A 4 spot here in the third for the Reds. Tyler Stevenson at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swings, drills one to left, but Happ is there just short of the track and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Reds score 4 times to take the lead. We head to the 4th. Cincinnati 4, Cubs 2 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Great. Carson Kelly's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Top of the fourth here in Cincinnati. The Reds with a 4-2 lead over the Cubs. Kelly is the cleanup man this afternoon for the Cubs. And cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com. Cubs struck first, taking a 2-0 lead after one. RBI doubles by Bregman and Bush. But the Reds rallying with a 4 spot in the third. The big hit, Eugenio Suarez, the go-ahead 2-run home run. Andrew Abbott deals, and Kelly looks at a ball high and outside. 1-0 the count. Time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The pitch is low to Kelly, 2-0. Matt mentioned this earlier. Middle 7 now in Pittsburgh. All Pirates a 14-2 lead over the Brewers. Henry Davis and Marcell Ozuna both going deep for Pittsburgh. Other action, Royals and Orioles tied at 2 in the bottom of the third. The pitch misses, so it's now 3-0 with Kelly at the plate. That was a fastball from Abbott, just off the outside, thigh high.
Pirates looking for their 50th win, Zach. They're going to be 3 games over 500. Don't forget about the Buccos.
And that pitch misses outside. Ball 4. Kelly leads off the fourth with a walk. Walks a Cubs batter, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Speeding in the work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Paul Skeens started today's game for Pittsburgh. Skeens went 5 1/3, charged with 2 runs on 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. As Michael Bush is at the plate, and he looks at a fastball high and inside for ball 1. Bush represents the tying run at the plate for the Cubs. And an RBI double his first time up. Abbott delivers, and that's a called strike. Fastball, 1-1. Right down the middle. The Reds, with their current defensive alignment, vacating the third base position. Lefty-lefty matchup. Abbott, high leg kick and pitch. Bush swings, drills one deep in the air to right. Down the line it goes. And this one bangs off the wall. Kelly on his way to third base. He'll stop there. Stand-up double for Michael Bush. His second double of the ballgame. And now the Cubs have the tying runs in scoring position with no one out here in the fourth.
Second double of the day for Bush against the tough left-hander Abbott. He hung right in there, Zach, and pulled it almost in the exact same spot as his first double back in the first inning, which drove in a run.
Here's Nico Hoerner. Grounded out to short his first time up. Men at second and third. Cubs down by 2 here in the fourth with no one out. Abbott delivers. Hoerner swings, and a one-hopper fielded on the outfield grass by Arroyo. He guns a throw to first in time to get Hoerner 1 away.
Nico pulled up a little bit suddenly after hitting that first base bag somewhat awkwardly. I think he's okay.
Now the batter, Ian Happ. Switch hitter batting from the right side. The pitch. Happ looks at a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Cubs have men at second and third with 1 away here in the top of the fourth. The Reds with a 4-2 lead. Abbott a long set, and now the pitch. Up high to Happ. 2-0. Kelly at third base, Bush at second. Happ at the plate, Abbott on the mound. And here comes the 2-0. That's low. 3-0 now with Happ at the plate. Dansby Swanson on deck for the Cubs. The 3-0 delivery. Up high, ball 4. Happ draws a walk, and now the Cubs have the bases loaded with just 1 down, and Dansby Swanson will dig in.
Let's see if that gets the bullpen moving for the Reds out beyond the left center field fence. I see some guys walking around, and quite possibly somebody will start throwing Abbott a little bit wobbly today. He's walked 3 in the first 3 1/3 innings. And let's see if the Cubs can take advantage right now with the bags loaded and Dansby Swanson at the plate.
Swanson with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs over his last 15 games. Bases loaded, just 1 down. Reds up 4-2. Swanson digs in. Lefty-righty matchup. Abbott delivers. Swanson swings and lines one foul out of play off to the right. 0-1. Swanson entered play 6 for 17 in his career against Abbott. That's a .353 batting average with 2 home runs. The pitch. Swanson fouls this one off out of play off to the right second deck. 0-2. Swanson struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1 today. Kelly's at third base, Bush at second, Happ at first. Just 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Cubs trail by 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Swanson chased a fastball high and outside, 2 away.
Now it's up to Kevin Alcantara, the youngster. Let's see if he can come through in this spot. Potential turning point of the day right now.
Bases loaded, 2 away. Reds up 4-2. Here's the pitch. Alcantara looks at a strike, a fastball. 0-1. Near the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Abbott, the left-hander, working on the third base side of the rubber. Alcantara, a right-handed hitter. The 0-1. Called strike. Changeup. 0-2, almost in the same spot as the fastball. Near the bottom of the zone on the inside edge. Bases loaded, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Line foul off the netting to the right by Alcantara. 0-2. Alcantara lined out to short his first time up. Abbott's ready. Here comes the pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. Oh, it takes a wicked hop into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Bush scores. Cubs tie up the game. 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara. The birthday boy delivers. 4-4 Cubs and Reds. Here in the 4th, stopping at third base, Happ.
That hit the second base bag. It would have been playable for the second baseman Arroyo, but it jumped over his head after it caromed off the second base bag. Cubs get a break, and this is a tie ball game, Zach.
And the Cubs looking for more. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike, a fastball from Abbott. 0-1.
It's really kind of surprising that doesn't happen more often.
It's shocking when it does. Here's the pitch. Whack foul out of play off to the left by PCA. 0-2.
Those are big bases, and it's firm, hard-packed rubber. And when it hits that bag, it jumps. The older bags used to be softer, and it would not bounce off of it as much.
The 0-2 up high to Crow Armstrong. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kevin Alcantara coming through with the 2-run single to even up the game. 4-4, men at the corners, 2 away here in the 4th. The pitch. Crow Armstrong gets a ground ball up the middle. It's fielded by Arroyo. His throw to first, not in time. Happ scores. Cubs take the lead. 5-4 on the infield RBI single by Pete Crow Armstrong. It was a ball hit up the middle just to the right of second base. Arroyo, the second baseman, had to range all the way to the right side, backhanded it, and then had to throw across the body, not in time to get PCA. The Reds will challenge this play.
They're going to take a second look.
Cincinnati is challenging the safe call at first base.
I'm a little surprised they're challenging that call. I didn't think it was all that close. As we watch it again,
it was a one-hopper that needed to be dug out at first by Stewart.
Boy, that's close. That is really close.
On the replay, it appears the ball is in the glove of the first baseman, Stewart, before PCA's foot hits the bag.
Does he have the ball secured in the glove, though?
And that's what they're checking in New York right now at the replay center. They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Wow.
So instead of the Cubs having the lead, PCA is out at first on a bang-bang play. And the game remains tied. 4-4 Cubs and Reds, middle four on the score.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
7 brilliant innings on the mound tonight for the Phillies all-star left-hander Jesus Luzardo.
11 punch-outs, and that ERA on the road continues to plummet.
Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians today. He is out of the game, but he was absolutely spectacular today. 7 innings, 3 hits, the 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 11 punch-outs. It's his 4th 10-plus strikeout game of the season. Mix in 13 swings and misses.
His second homer of the game. He has 5 ribbies, and the Yankees have some breathing room. His 28th home run, his 65th run.
And Langford hammers that ball deep left field. It is off the base of the wall. Osuna will score, and the Rangers have won it in the bottom of the 9th. Wild Langford's first game back and his first hit.
It is time for a major league debut. Eduardo Valencia, straight away center, and out of here. That's a movie.
It's gonna be great.
Bottom 4 in Cincinnati. 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds. Noelvi Marte at the plate. Matthew Boyd deals, and Marte looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone. 0-1. It's been back and forth. Cubs tying the game in the top half of this frame. 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara. Here's the 0-1. Marte bounces one back at third. Fielded belt high by Bregman. The throw across in time to get Marte. 1 away. The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi. 1 price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. Now Edwin Arroyo will stand in. Switch hitting second baseman, batting from the right side against the left-hander Matthew Boyd. Red scored 4 times in the third. Boyd delivers. Arroyo shows bunt, pulls it back. Change up low, 1-0 the count. Cubs have the corner infielders in. Bregman at third, Bush at first. Now the pitch. Arroyo swings, and it's a fly ball left center field. Haps under it and makes the catch with Crow Armstrong crisscrossing behind him. 2 away.
Pirates continue to lead Milwaukee 14-4. They're in the 8th inning at PNC Park in western Pennsylvania.
Other action around the majors, Pat. The Yankees on top of the Nationals 2-1 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Mets lead the Red Sox 1-0, top of the 6th. Francisco Lindor with an RBI double. The batter, Ke'Bryan Hayes, right-handed hitter. Boyd works his motion and deals. And starts off Hayes with a called strike on a slow-moving curveball that floats into the zone. 0-1. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds, the finale of this 3-game set. Boyd rocks back. High leg kick and pitch. And he hits Hayes. Got him with a slider. Hit him on the lower leg.
Hayes did not appear to be injured in any way, shape, or form. He just trotted to first.
But that brings up Ellie De La Cruz. The pitch. And a high fly ball hit to right center field. Crow Armstrong's under it. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Hayes stranded on the bases. We head to the 5th. Tie game. Cubs 4, Reds 4. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
Run is Volpe, and he makes the play.
Gorgeous catch. And, oh, yes, he hangs on. A little snow cone on a hot night in Philly.
Now towards right field on the run. Tyler O'Neill dives. The sunglasses are off, and he makes the out.
Line in left, Fry coming on, now dives! All of a sudden he had to come in, dove, and made a nice catch. And, oh, the magician pulls another rabbit out of his hat.
Taylor over, dives, makes the catch. Wow.
Keyshaw with a slide, makes a backhanded catch. Standing ovation from Bradley. DeLauder going over, makes the catch. How about Chase DeLauder? What would have been a fair ball, robbing Ezekiel Duran.
Get up, TT. Trammell showing some ups to take.
Dive and catches. Garatoto with a heck of a play. It's got to be Mason Wynn, who comes out of nowhere.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
And the Odyssey app.
Right-hander Chase Petty becomes new pitcher for Cincinnati. Andrew Abbott gave up 4 runs in his 4 innings, and he'll have no decision. Seiya Suzuki leads off the Cub 5th inning and takes a strike from the right-hander Petty. Petty 10 games, a win, a loss, ERA 4.37. See if Seiya can start a rally as he takes a ball outside. 1-1. Getting close to an ID break here, Zach. We'll pass one along. Final game on the road trip. Cubs 3-2 on the journey so far. This is game number 6. And the pitch on the way. Fastball is high, 2-1.
The pitch is called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
And this ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
The call's overturned. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
Strike right at the top of the zone.
Tyler Stevenson, Reds catcher, made the right challenge that time. Seiya has flied to center and lined out to third. Ball game tied at 4. Neither team with an error. And look out, Seiya backs away from a high inside fastball. 2-2 on Suzuki. If you're just joining us, the Cubs scored twice in the first inning. RBI doubles by Alex Bregman and Michael Busch. The Reds got their 4 in a cluster in the 3rd inning against Matthew Boyd. And now Petty coming back 2-2. Seiya checks and takes outside. No swing. The Reds' RBIs by Spencer Steer on a ground out. J.J. Bleday on a single. Drove in 1, and then Eugenio Suarez clobbered a long 2-run home run. That was all in the 3rd inning. Cubs got even. Here's a fly ball to right. Pretty well hit. Ranging back is Marte on the track. Makes the catch. Suzuki is out number 1, and the batter is Bregman before he steps in. We step away 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Go.
Alex Bregman has doubled to drive in a run and grounded out. He pulls the ground ball into left field, a base hit. It's a one-out single for Bregman. Let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally. I was giving you the scoring recap. The Cubs got their final 2 on a 2-run single by Kevin Alcantara, a ball that hit the second base bag and jumped into center field, and 2 runs scored on the play. So a 4-4 tie. Very tough day to pitch. A warm summer day in Cincinnati. 81 at game time. Feels warmer than that. And here's Carson Kelly taking a strike.
Some encouraging signs, Pat, from some of the scuffling Cubs at the plate. Alex Bregman, the 2-run home run last night's ball game. 2 hits today. Michael Busch, 3 hits yesterday. 2 more hits in this one.
Now the 0-1. Pulled on the ground to third. Glove by Hayes goes to second. 1 over to first. Double play. Ends the inning. 5-4-3 around the horn. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 4-4 game between the Cubs and the Reds on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
He drives it to deep left center field. Back goes Kmitz to the warning track. Leaps it. He has it. He falls over the fence. Kmitz fell over the fence as he made the catch. Since he left the ballpark, it's a home run. You've got to stay in the park. Let's give it the old college try.
What a great effort.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so we'll wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Building products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
A reminder that all opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Pat?
Matthew Boyd ready to go to work, Zach, here in the bottom of inning number 5. Ball game tied at 4. Sal Stewart, Spencer Steer, and J.J. Bleday coming up. In the warm sunshine, left-hander Matthew Boyd ready to go to work. First pitch on the way to Stewart, and it's taken for a strike, 0-1. Third and final and decisive game of the series here today. Reds took the opener 4-0. Cubs bounced back with a 5-3 win last night. And today all even midway through in inning number 5.
We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Boyd ahead of Stewart, 0-2. Here's the veteran left-hander's pitch. Low and inside, almost hit Stewart in the back foot. Should be getting the attendance figure here shortly. And the next offering, fly ball to right toward the line. Long run, Suzuki still on the run. Can't get there. It's foul and bouncing up into the stands.
Cubs got some good news. Yesterday, Jameson Taillon had a rehab start, his second one. This time with Iowa as he works his way back from a hamstring strain. Brett Counsell saying before today's ballgame, no issues health-wise with Taillon, so he'll head back to Chicago, throw a little bit during the All-Star break, and then the Cubs will make a decision.
Here comes the 1-2 now to Sal Stewart. Wrapped on the ground to short. Swanson's got it. Makes the throw to first to get him, and that's out number one. Ball game tied 4-4. Totals are identical. Each team with 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Each team has left 3 men on base. One away in the inning, and here's Spencer Steer.
And Pat, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Here's the windup and the pitch to Steer. Chopper foul. Boyd making his 6th career start against these Reds. Trying to beat them for the 2nd time. He's lost to them 3 times. Changeup, beautiful pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2 on Steer. We're going to glance at a little baseball history as we move along. July 12 down through the years. Here's the pitch on the way. Just outside for a ball. 1-2. In the hot sunshine, Matthew Boyd coming back. Ground ball right side, glove by Bush. Boyd has to cover. He's a little bit late and just in time. Boyd a little late covering the bag. Bush led the veteran pitcher. And out is the call. Let's see if the Reds challenge that call. I don't think they will. Bang, bang play. It's always a little worrisome when you see a pitcher on a collision course with the runner potentially, and you know you like the pitcher to get over there a little bit in front of the base and then run up the line so that you're never going to collide with the batter runner.
Yeah, the problem there is Boyd has a left-hander on the follow-through. You end up going toward third, so then you have to reverse pivot, and Boyd is coming off knee surgery, minor knee surgery, but still knee surgery, and then you got to book a full sprint to first.
2 down, nobody on. Game tied at 4. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's J.J. Bleday. And he'll take outside, but this date in baseball history, Zach, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The leg kick by the left-hander Boyd. The pitch outside for a ball. Sometimes there's a quote on my baseball history notes. This one's from Ted Williams. It's very direct and to the point. He said, hitting is 50% above the shoulders. Here's the 2-0. Outside for a ball. Cy Young won his 300th game on this date in 1901. But, Zach, he was just getting warmed up. He would go on to win 511. Wow. That's one of the unbreakable records in baseball. Perhaps one of the most unbreakable. Inside, did it hit him? Or is that ball 4? Ball 4 to Bleday. It's a 2-out walk. And the batter is Eugenio Suarez. I would say Johnny Vandermeer's back-to-back no-hitters might be the most unbreakable, because to break that you'd have to pitch 3 consecutive no-hitters, and I just don't see that happen.
With you there. That is never going to happen.
But who's going to get close to 511 wins? Who's going to get close to 400 wins?
Well, we may not see another 300 winner ever again.
I agree. I totally agree. Connie Mack won over 3,700 games as a manager. That record is not going to fall anytime soon. Changeup is in there for a strike to Eugenio Suarez.
Well, unless the manager owns the team, then you kind of can finagle it a little bit.
And you could wear a three-piece business suit while sitting in the dugout like Connie Mack did. Yes, that could happen. Doubtful. Now the 1-1 to Suarez. Swing and a miss. Good changeup by Boyd. Ron Santo is in the baseball history notes. On this date, Ronnie, playing for the National League All-Stars, drove in Willie Mays with the winning run as the Nationals beat the Americans 6-5 in the All-Star game at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Swing and a miss, strike three. Boyd, 5 good innings. Let's see if he'll be on the mound in the 6th. Cubs need some runs. It's a tie ball game, tied at 4 after 5. This is The Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Let's head back to the Big Apple and head to Soto's stomping ground in Queens. Built in the shadows of Shea Stadium, Citi Field became the new home of the New York Mets in 2009. Citi, designed in the likeness of Ebbets Field, features a gorgeous brick facade and nods to baseball's past throughout the ballpark. Enter through the Jackie Robinson Rotunda and head towards Shea Bridge to catch a glimpse of the home run apple in center field. Or head over to FanFest, take a swing in the batting cages, and visit the Mets Museum. People come for the game, but many stay for the food. Voted Best Baseball Stadium Food for the past 4 seasons by USA Today Reader's Choice, you might as well eat yourself into a food coma. They've got Shake Shack, specialty egg rolls, hot pastrami on rye, you name it, they have it. Even Mets legend Mookie Wilson and his family have a food stand in the ballpark. Between the action, keep your eyes peeled for Mr. and Mrs. Met and root hard for your favorite borough in the mascot race.
Let's go, Mets! Let's go, Mets!
Citi Field, one of the best.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything.
Oh, just makes sense. We're famously friendly, non-stops out the wazoo, and so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us #1, first among U.S. airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
Michael Busch is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
And a little gentle breeze just blew into the booth. What a welcome feeling that was. Michael Busch to lead off this 6th inning, tie game. And the first pitch to Michael fouled away. Chase Petty still doing the pitching for Cincinnati in his 2nd inning after Andrew Abbott, the starter, allowed all 4 Cub tallies. Busch, Horner, and Happ here in the 6th. 3rd and decisive game of the series. Petty coming back. Fouls it away, does Michael Busch. Busch with a pair of doubles, both against the left-hander Abbott, and both in almost the exact same spot. Line drives right down the right field line, and both only fair by about 10 feet. One of them drove in a run, and then Busch scored a run after his 2nd double in the 4th. He takes outside for a ball, 1-2.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning. Sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Here comes the 1-2. Michael takes high for a ball. Busch trying to crank up a Cubs rally here in this 6th inning. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Busch out on strikes. Petty gets his first strikeout. And the batter, Nico Horner.
Changeup. Top of the zone on the outside edge. Busch was all out of whack on that swing and miss.
corner, 0-2. See if Nico can get on. He'll take a strike. If he could get on here, he might think about stealing a bag.
Nico now 0 for 9 in the series.
I just saw that, Zach. That's rough to not get a hit in this park in 3 games, although this one's not over yet. Nico hits a fly ball to right center, playable, shallow. Steer and Marte converge, and they run together. The ball is caught by the right fielder, Marte. As they did not communicate with each other properly. That should never be a case where the two bodies collide. Marte made the catch. 2 down. And here's Ian Happ. Happ batting left-handed. Here's a spot where you might as well try for a long ball. 2 down, base is empty. Happ batting left-handed for the first time today. Swings and drives it foul off to the left, out of play.
65 career games here in Cincinnati for Ian Happ. Entered play with a .293 batting average, 18 home runs here at Great American Ballpark, and 52 runs batted in.
Here's the 0-1. Ian takes a strike. As you mentioned, his home runs. I remember one, Zach, you probably do too. He almost hit one clear over the bleachers in straightaway right. I'd say 2-3 years ago, maybe. I think he had a 2-homer game that day, but I think that's the longest homer I've ever seen Ian Happ hit. And I've seen him hit almost every single one that he's ever hit as a big leaguer. There was a game here, the Cubs had 3 different men with multi-homer games. Jason Hayward was one, Ian Happ was one, and possibly Kyle Schwarber. That would have been about 9 years ago, 8-9 years ago. Here's the 0-2. Spins Happ away, and the count now is 2-2 on Ian. Here's the pitch on the way. Happ takes strike 3 call. Cubs do nothing. It's on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 4, Reds 4. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score.
By first and second round picks, brothers Liam and Marcus Ruck. Joining us on the field are the Ruck twins and Cambridge prospects who recently took part in the team's 2026 development camp. And now here with our game time first pitches, let's welcome Liam and Marcus Ruck. Thank you.
Mariano Rivera, cutter man, what can you say? Because lefties had no chance against him. Randy Johnson. So all you want to do is try to make contact and put the ball in play. Don't get hit in the head and just try to pull it in play. Mr. Greg Maddux, another great teammate. Great player. Hey, this is a beautiful card right here. This card tells you and lets you know that I got him. When you see that finish high, you know that he's in the books.
What was that ball crushed?
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Cubs take on the Tigers at 7:05. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a 2016 World Series anniversary surprise pin presented by Marriott Bonvoy. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. And Pat, it's a final from Pittsburgh. The Pirates a 14-5 drubbing of the Brewers.
Milwaukee took a real licking in a couple of those games as the Pirates sweep that series. Meanwhile, Matthew Boyd still on the mound. Bottom of the 6th inning, game tied at 4. Matthew has allowed 5 hits. Tyler Stevenson leads things off and took a strike and now takes one low and away. 1-1. Boyd at 81 pitches for the day. Matthews pitch, fly ball left field, playable for Ian Happ. Almost in his tracks, makes the catch, 1 down.
And the first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Boyd threw 93 pitches last time out in Baltimore. That 6 scoreless inning performance that resulted in a win.
Noelvi Marte, the batter. He has twice grounded out to third. And the pitch on the way to Noelvi. Bounced toward the middle, past a diving Horner. Base hit to center. It got by Matthew Boyd, and then Nico made a valiant backhanded diving effort behind second. Missed it by about a foot. It's a 1-out single for Marte. Hard to tell if anybody is throwing in the Cub bullpen. It's out beyond the right field corner. Sometimes they have a little video access to it in our booth. I should know where that switch is, but I don't. Edwin Arroyo, the batter. Arroyo bounces one to third. Slowly hit. Fielded by Bregman. Go to second. There's one. Turned by Horner. The throw offline. Cubs get the lead runner on the 5-4 fielder's choice. Nico tried to hurry the throw and pulled Bush off the bag. Safe at first on the back end is Arroyo. But now there are 2 down.
Right-hander Gavin Hollowell has started warming up in the Cubs bullpen.
Now, Zach, how did you know that? Did you have special access?
Yes, there's a monitor right above our heads.
Here's the pitch in there for a strike to Ke'Bryan Hayes.
That has a camera pointed at the Cubs bullpen. See it?
And do you have a switch where you can change channels on that?
Yes.
TV?
Mm-hmm. Is there something else you want to watch?
No, I want to watch that. And I've never figured out how to do it, but... Well, this park only opened back in 2003.
I mean, you have 2 choices. Channel 1 is the Reds bullpen. Channel 2 is the Cubs bullpen.
I should have learned that somewhere in the interim 23 years that I've been coming to this park. Should have. Here comes the 0-2. Pickoff throw to first is not in time. I don't like to take my eyes off the field, Zach.
That's why I'm here, to help you out.
So you said Gavin Hollowell is throwing in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
4-4 game, bottom of the 6th. And the pitch on the way. Bounce to short. Swanson will shovel to second. There's the force. That's the inning. Okay, we go to the 7th inning. It's a 4-4 tie. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Molly and Hom, mornings 5:30 to...
We've run into all kinds of weather so far this year, and this is the first time we've run into a fog.
They're going to have Bonds hit a pop-up and see if they can catch it.
There goes one. Now, let's see where that is. I have no idea where it is. There's a lone figure standing out in right field, and only he knows who he is. It's like a set from the Hound of the Baskervilles should be coming out soon.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee. It was a Canadian hockey league. and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1956 with Billy Sorrell.
Top 7 in Cincinnati, the finale of a 3-game set. Cubs 4, Reds 4. The 7th inning is sponsored by the Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Dansby Swanson at the plate. Right-hander Chase Petty on the mound, working on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, and Swanson looks at a sweeper off the outside. 1-0. Andrew Abbott started for Cincinnati, went the first 4 innings, charged with 4 runs on 4 hits. And it started to rain here at Great American Ballpark. The pitch is in there for a strike, a hard slider that spins into the zone. 1-1. One of those pop-up showers that we've become so accustomed to seeing here in Cincinnati over the years. I'm going to try and play through it. Petty kicks and fires, and Swanson looks at a ball up high, a sweeper that missed. 2-1.
The odd thing, Zach, still some sunshine along with the rain shower.
Very odd. Petty works his motion, and here comes the 2-1. Swanson lines one to left field for a base hit. This will roll all the way to the wall. Swanson on his way to second base, gets there standing up.
Let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally. A good start. 2-bagger for Dansby. Sharp line drive between Bleday and the left field line.
Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Kevin Alcantara was due up, but with the right-hander Petty on the mound, Craig Counsell sends the switch-hitting Pedro Ramirez to pinch hit. And that will lead to Terry Francona, the Reds manager, making the slow walk out to the mound. And it appears as though we're going to have a pitching change here in Cincinnati. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back?
To get back.
Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it? Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hardy Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
We are coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. The new man on the mound for Cincinnati is left-hander Sam Moll. 34 years old, 1-6 in 43 appearances this season with a 3.76 ERA. Top 7, 4-4 game. Cubs threatening. Swanson at second base. Pedro Ramirez at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. A sinking fastball in the zone. 0-1 the count on Ramirez. The corner infielders are playing in for Cincinnati, thinking Ramirez is going to bunt. He's a switch hitter batting from the right side. Moll checks second. That's where Swanson is. The pitch. Ramirez shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball off the outside, 1-1. Swanson started off the frame with a double. No one out here in the 7th. 4-4 game. Maul, high leg kick and pinch. Ramirez misses with a bunt attempt. 1-2. Sinking fastball off the outside. Ramirez lunged at it, but could not make contact. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Ramirez fouls this one off the netting to the right. Count remains 1-2. The corner infielders drop back with 2 strikes. 4-4 game. Cubs and Reds, the finale of this 3-game set. It's the final game for the Cubs before the All-Star break. Swanson at second base. He represents the go-ahead run. A long set. Maul delivers. Cole, strike 3, fastball. That freezes Ramirez right down the middle at the bottom of the zone. 1 away. So here comes Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA is 0 for 9 in this series with 3 walks. The pitch. PCA drills one deep down the right field line, but hooking way foul out of play. It bounces off the facade of the upper deck. 0-1. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. 4-4 game. Swanson at second base. Maul checks second. Now he works his motion and deals. Low and outside to Crow Armstrong. A sweeper that misses. 1-1. Hayes, the third baseman, playing wide of the bag, but even with third. Maul sets bell tie. The kick and pitch. PCA taps it foul at the plate. 1-2. Crow Armstrong has been on a tear over his last 37 games. A .386 batting average, 15 home runs, 28 RBIs. Lefty-lefty matchup with Maul on the mound and Crow Armstrong at the plate. Swanson at second. Here's the 1-2. Low and outside. Another sweeper that missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cubs started this road trip taking 2 of 3 in Baltimore. They're looking to take 2 of 3 here in Cincinnati. Reds won the opener of the series Friday night. Cubs even up the series with a victory last night. 2-2 the count. PCA waits. Here's the pitch by Maul. Outside. Crow Armstrong has now worked a full count. Seiya Suzuki on deck, 1 down, top 7. Swanson at second base. Tie ball game. 4-4 Cubs and Reds. Maul sets bell tie. Checks second. He works his motion and deals. Crow Armstrong lines one. Past first into right field for a base hit. Swanson around third. Here comes the throw home. Not in time. Swanson slides in safely. RBI single. Pete Crow Armstrong. And the Cubs take the lead. 5-4 over the Reds here in the 7th. And the Cub fans here at Great American Ballpark chanting PCA, PCA. Hard hit ground ball that appeared to deflect off the glove of the first baseman, Sal Stewart, into right. And PCA gives the Cubs the lead. 5-4 Cubs here with 1 away in the 7th. Seiya Suzuki stands in with PCA at first. Sam Maul throws over to first, and Crow Armstrong gets back standing up. PCA has been the biggest storyline for the Cubs here in this first half with his offensive prowess. Here's the pitch. Inside to Suzuki, ball 1.
Now let's see if he tries to steal second base. I wouldn't be surprised. How about you?
He's always a threat to go. Crow Armstrong with 24 stolen bases this season. The pitch. High and outside for a ball. 2-0 now on Suzuki.
You always kind of hope that some of the attention for the pitcher is diverted. He's got to be thinking about Crow Armstrong at first, and he might make a mistake with the hitter.
Ball's ready. Here's the pitch. And Seiya taps it foul at the plate. 2-1. Suzuki is 0 for 3 today. He's been hot coming in. Hitting at .290 over his last 15 games with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. 2-1 the count. 1 away. Top 7. Cubs with a 5-4 lead. Crow Armstrong at first. Seiya waits. Mull delivers. And an excuse me, check swing, ground ball up the middle, fielded by Arroyo. He tried to tag PCA, who slid underneath him, safe at second, and Suzuki is safe at first. Cubs catch a break.
Arroyo wanted to tag Pete and then throw to first. He was thinking double play, but as he reached for Pete, it was too late, and then he had no chance to get the batter either, and both men are safe. Attribute that plain and simple to the blazing speed of Pete Crow Armstrong.
How about that? And now Terry Francona will walk to the mound. And it looks like the Reds are going to make another pitching change as Francona asks for the baseball and gets it from Mull. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. And there, once again, another example of.
The Red Sox got their 4th of July party started early with a 4-game sweep of the struggling Yankees at Fenway.
Can you believe it?
It's the first time the Sox have swept a 4-game series from the Yankees since 2018, and it's largely thanks to the efforts of their red-hot rookie-filled rotation. With the Yankee offense continuing to struggle without Aaron Judge, the Sox pitchers didn't miss a beat. Connolly early set the stage with a 9K performance in a Game 1 duel against Cam Schlittler, while Peyton Tolley provided a strong follow-up act with 7 one-hit innings in Game 2. And the newest rookie, Jake Bennett, got in on the action himself and took home the win in Game 3.
And all of a sudden, the Red Sox are rolling against their arch rival.
But it was the veteran Sonny Gray who provided the showstopper in Game 4, taking a no-hitter into the 8th in his finest start of the year. Jarren Duran capped the sweep with a 10th inning walk-off that kept the Yankees tumbling out of first place.
Armstrong an RBI single. He's now at second base. Seiya Suzuki at first. The batter, Alex Bregman. So righty-righty matchup. Johnson sets. Chest high, the kick and pitch, and Bregman fouls it back off the screen to the right. 0-1. Johnson now 35 years old in his first season with Cincinnati. Began his career back in 2017 with the Cubs. And he's bounced around San Francisco, San Diego, Colorado, Atlanta, and now Cincinnati. A long set. And here comes the 0-1. Bregman, it's a high fly ball deep left. Blade back at the track, near the wall, gone! 3-run home run, Alex Bregman. And the Cubs have broken it open. They're up 8-4 over the Reds here in the 7th. Bregman having another big game, his 3rd hit today, his 2nd home run of the series.
Cub fans going wild in back of that third base dugout. It's not over yet, still some baseball to be played, but now a 4-run lead here in the 7th inning.
For Bregman, home run number 9 on the year. A 387-foot drive to left. Carson Kelly digs in. Just one away here in the 7th. Johnson delivers, and Kelly hits a bouncing ball to third, fielded by Hayes. They'll throw across in time to get Kelly 2 away. We mentioned this a little earlier, Pat. It's encouraging to see some of the slumping Cubs begin to break out. Bregman has done so over the last couple of games. So has Michael Busch, who will stand in. 3 hits last night. Busch with 2 more hits today, both of them doubles, including an RBI in the first.
Bregman, the game-winning homer last night, and now a big 3-run blow today.
Busch looks at a ball off the outside. A curve that missed, 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Johnson deals. Busch fouls it back off the screen. 1-1.
I still think the base running of Pete Crow Armstrong is a key part of this entire inning. Safe at second. The Reds got nobody.
And Bregman made them pay with the 3-run home run. A long set by Johnson. Now the 1-1. Called strike. Fastball clocked at 95 miles per hour from Johnson. Right at the bottom of the zone on the outside edge. 1-2. Busch 2 for 3 today with those 2 doubles. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Johnson. And now the pitch. In the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nico Horner on deck, 2 away. 2-2 the count on Busch. The pitch. Chopped up the middle, fielded left of second by De La Cruz. He rifles a throw to first in time to get Busch. That is out number 3, but a productive top of the 7th for the Cubs. They score 4 times to take an 8-4 lead. Time to stretch here in Cincinnati. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Stottlemyre still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
Here's Ramos. I like him.
Yeah, I do too. A lot.
Ramos, it's a high drive. Left field. It is out of here. He got that one.
Yes, he did. You get an idea how strong this guy is. That's a running back playing baseball. He hits him where not many guys hit him. I mean, that's up there almost the back row. I think it was the back row of the bleachers. 434 feet. Kind of reminds you of Andres Galarraga, doesn't it?
Views in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Again, yours at Northwestern Medicine. Cubs with an 8-4 lead over the Reds as we get set for the bottom half of the 7th inning here in Cincinnati. Alex Bregman with 3 hits today, including a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. Also had an RBI double in the first and a single in the 5th. Bregman having a big game following his go-ahead 2-run shot in last night's victory over Cincinnati. So Bregman with 3 hits, 4 runs batted in, including a 3-run shot this afternoon. Matthew Boyd remains in the game. He'll start the bottom of the 7th for the Cubs.
Bregman should get at least one more at-bat, Zach, and needs a triple to complete a cycle today. You don't see a lot of triples in this park. It's not big enough, but occasionally you do.
Pete Crow Armstrong had a hit for the cycle earlier this season for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Ellie De La Cruz will lead things off here for Cincinnati in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
We saw an inside-the-park home run here by a Cub. I want to say it was Anthony Rizzo back around 2016 or 17. He lined one, and one of the outfielders dove for it, missed it. The ball rolled all the way out to the wall, and Anthony Rizzo happily galloped around the bases.
Boyd,
Anthony.
If you say it, it must be true. Boyd delivers and starts off De La Cruz with a curveball for a strike. 0-1. The next pitch is a check swing at a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says Roberto Ortiz at first. There's a changeup from Boyd. 1-1 the count on De La Cruz, who's 0 for 3 today. 8-4 Cubs. No one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 1-1 by Boyd. Low and inside to De La Cruz. 2-1.
Impressive outing for Boyd, no matter how much farther he can go today. It is hot.
And the pitch. Called strike, changeup right in the zone. 2-2.
He's at 91 pitches now for the day, Zach.
And through 93 last time out in Baltimore. 6 scoreless innings in that victory over the Orioles. He's looked good since coming back from the knee and shoulder issues. The 2-2. Called strike 3. A slider that spun into the zone. De La Cruz knew it. He started walking back to the Reds dugout along the first base line before home plate umpire Alex McCain made the call. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. And that'll be all for Boyd. Craig Counsell heads to the mound, claps his hands as he asks for the baseball from Boyd. Happy with the veteran left-hander's performance. The Cubs are making a pitching change. Pitching change is by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs. And you can hear the Cubs fans here at Great American Ballpark saluting Boyd.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
Cubs on top of the Reds. Hollowell takes over for left-hander Matthew Boyd. The batter Sal Stewart. And He swings and misses at the first pitch. An awkward check swing at a sinking fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour, 0-1. Hollowell kicks and fires. Stewart bounces one softly left side, charging. Bregman fielding, belt high, running throw to first in time to get Stewart. 2 away. Terrific outing by Boyd here this afternoon, especially considering the humidity here in Cincinnati. Went 6 1/3. 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, but he gave the Cubs length for that beleaguered bullpen. Spencer Steer now stands in, 2 away. Bottom 7, Cubs up 8-4. Hollowell works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Called strike. Sinking fastball from Hollowell.
Pretty good week for Matthew Boyd. Think about last Tuesday night in Baltimore. 6 innings. Gave up no runs in the Cubs win.
Steer pops it foul out of play off to the right, 0-2.
And now under very difficult hitting conditions here today, he goes into the 7th inning. So excellent week for Matthew Boyd.
Righty-righty matchup with Hollowell on the hill and Steer at the plate. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. Outside. Missed with a fastball. 97 miles per hour from Hollowell. Steer's 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Second deck. One and 2 the count. Hollowell on the year has a 3.24 ERA in 8 appearances for the Cubs. 28-year-old right-hander. The pitch. Inside. Misses with a breaking ball, 2-2. Cubs scoring 4 times in the top half of this 7th inning to take the lead. The 2-2. That is inside pitch that just nubs the bat for a foul ball. Steer was trying to spin out of the way from that inside sweeper. So 2-2 the count. Hollowell peers in, gets the sign from Kelly, straightens up, and delivers. And a looper in a right center field. This will drop in for a base hit. Ball fielded on one hop by Pete Crow Armstrong. Throws across the body to get it back into the infield. And holds Steer to a single that comes with 2 away here in the last of the 7th. Now the Reds cleanup man J.J. Bleday will dig in. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. He's got 2 home runs in this series. Powerful left-handed batter. Hollowell delivers and starts off Bleday with a breaking ball for a strike right along the outside edge. Hollowell takes a peek at first. That's where Steer is. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. And Bleday out in front. Count is 0-2. Cubs have vacated the third base position with their defensive alignment. Bregman playing where shortstop normally would. Swanson up the middle to the left of second. And the pitch is low. Check swing. Did he go? No swing on appeal, says Dan Merzel at third. 1-2 now on Bleday. Steer at first, being held on by Bush. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. As Hollowell fools Bleday with a changeup. And that ends the 7th inning. Steer stranded at first. 8-4 Cubs as we head to the 8th on The Score and the Northwestern.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
This ball's hit deep to left field. Brian Reynolds clears the deck. Wow! Bangs off the facade of the second deck. Anchored down with his first home run. Back-to-back Bucks. 5-0 Pittsburgh.
That's what you want to see from Brian Reynolds. Driving the ball, using the middle of the field, and got that pitch out over the middle of the plate. Fans up there don't usually get home run balls. They almost got one there. And hey, let's do it.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Mark.com.
The 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K. To donate your car today. Rhett Lauder on the mound, and the first pitch to Nico Horner is bounced foul off to the left. 0-1 the count. Lauder takes over for Pierce Johnson. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cubs have an 8-4 lead over the Reds here in the top of the 8th. The pitch. Nico hits a ground ball deep in the hole at short, fielded by De La Cruz. Across the body throw in time to get Horner one away.
De La Cruz almost casual appearing as he made that flip sidearm throw in the hole at short. It's so easy to make a bad throw on that play. You're running one way and throwing the other, but his throw right on the money.
So one away here in the top of the 8th. 8-4 Cubs. Ian Happ will dig in, 0 for 2 with a walk. Lauder delivers and starts off Happ with a slider that spins into the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Nico now 0 for 11 in the series.
The pitch. Happ takes a ball low. 1-1 the count. That was a changeup that missed. Lauder, the right-hander, faces home plate. Happ switch hitter batting from the left side. Here's the 1-1. Happ fouls it back off the screen. We'll get you a station identification as time permits. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning. Lots of candidates today. Cubs up 8-4. Here's the 1-2. Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a changeup. 2 down. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the score middays with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey Sports station.
Alongside Pat Hughes, Zach Zaidman with you. 2 away, top of the 8th here in Cincinnati. Cubs up 8-4. Dansby Swanson at the plate and looks at a ball high from Rhett Lauder. The count is 1-0. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Lauder deals, inside, backing Swanson off the plate with a changeup. That almost hit him. 2-0. So the actual attendance here at Great American Ballpark on this Sunday, 29,200. And Pat, you were a little closer than me today. So congratulations on your big win heading into the All-Star break. The 2-0. Swanson swings and misses at a slider. 2-1.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I knew you'd have a speech ready.
Yeah.
You had a guess of 30,003. Lauder works his motion. Here's the 2-1. Swanson swings and misses again at a slider. That was low and outside. 2-2. Swanson doubled to get the rally started in the 7th. The pitch. He pokes one, a little looping line drive caught by Stewart wide of first for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the 8th. Middle 8, Cubs 8, Reds 4 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Dirt can popped up.
Dirt can may have popped up.
I'm just trying to watch the game. This is an obstructed view seat now.
Leone Taveras dropped the ball. Can you believe it?
And Sal jumped in, foul ball.
That's like a stage dive at a concert.
Say's ready. I think that's Clark's hat. That's not going to work, Saya.
Welcome to Detroit, where it's just anarchy here tonight. We got all sorts of stuff going on.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
He has been moving up the home run charts lately with 10 in his last 10 games.
And there's a shot high and deep to left, and that baby is gone. Home run on a 3-2 pitch. Caminero does it again. Number 26.
I know Astro fans aren't exactly enjoying this, but how do you boo this performance? What he has done over the last week and a half is something very few have ever done in the history of this great game.
Member FDIC.
Bottom of the 8th inning in Cincinnati. Cubs with an 8-4 lead over the Reds. It's the finale of this 3-game set. Gavin Hollowell on the mound. Eugenio Suarez at the plate. Righty-righty matchup, and the first pitch is a sinking fastball for a strike. 0-1. Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The next pitch is a breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike. Suarez in the hole, 0-2. Pirates crush the Brewers 14-5. Henry Davis and Marcelo Zuna both going deep as Suarez swings and misses at a breaking ball, strike 3. One away, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So if the Cubs can hold on and beat the Reds here today, they'll head into the All-Star break 5 games back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central, which would be something considering all the injuries the Cubs have had to navigate during this first half. Tyler Stevenson at the plate, and he looks at a ball high and outside.
And they're trending well, too, playing well leading into the break, especially if they can hang on to this lead today. And Milwaukee trending in the opposite direction.
Here's the 1-0. That's in there for strike. Sweeper in the zone.
I was thinking, can you remember a series, especially a division battle involving Milwaukee, where they got crushed? I mean, they got blown out by the Pirates in 2 of the 3 games this weekend. Not even close.
Stevenson looks at a sinking fastball for a strike. The count is 1-2. Yeah, you're right.
And they've won 3 straight division titles, Zach. Milwaukee just does not experience that kind of dismal series very often.
Now the Brewers dealing with some injury issues to that talented rotation. Here's the 1-2 by Hollowell. High and outside to Stevenson. Count 2-2. Jacob Mizorowski was scratched. He was supposed to start today.
Yep.
Call it arm fatigue, right? And Kyle Harrison, a left-hander, placed on the injured list this weekend. The pitch. That one apparently missed. Close pitch, a sinker from Hollowell. It was just low on the outer half. 3-2 the count. Brandon Woodruff has been dealing with injuries on and off. The payoff pitch, slow-moving tapper back to the mound, fielded by Hollowell. He guns it to first in time to get Stevenson. 2 away.
Harrison, I'm trying to find my notes regarding his malady. I believe it said forearm issues. And historically, Zach, and I've been around the game a long time, many times when teams and medical people say it's a forearm issue, that is right close to the elbow. And it's in actuality, it's an elbow issue, and they say it's a forearm issue. I'm not saying that's the case on this particular time, but it might be.
Noelvi Marte looks at a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs leading the Reds 8-4. Hollowell kicks and fires. Marte swings and misses at a sweeper. 0-2. Middle 6 in St. Louis, Pat. The Braves are leading the Cardinals 3-1. Drake Baldwin with an RBI single for Atlanta. Cubs scoring 4 times in the 7th inning to take the lead. Hollowell delivers. And that one just missed apparently, but Carson Kelly's going to challenge this.
The catcher is challenging.
And this ball strike challenge is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Taking a look at the replay. It's a strike.
The call's overturned.
Right at the bottom of the zone on the outer half. Strike 3. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Reds go down in order in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Cubs on top here in Cincinnati, 8-4.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in Double-A last year, then moved up to Triple-A, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
To be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to create these cards to the best of my abilities and do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards. You know, if you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing, couldn't have imagined.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week, plus live radio broadcasts of every game. Game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Pat?
Cubs on top 8-4, Zach, as we start the 9th inning. Pedro Ramirez leads it off. Pedro did not start the game. It's his second plate appearance. He struck out back in the 7th. Rhett Lauder still pitching for Cincinnati. Long hair flowing out the back of his Reds hat. And this pitch low and inside, 3-0 on Pedro Ramirez. Cubs trying to bounce back after losing the opener on Friday night 4-0. Cubs prevailing last night by a score of 5-3. And leading today 8-4 in the 9th. Here comes the 3-1 to Ramirez. It's going to be ball 4. Cubs have a man on. This is one of those parks where you want to just keep adding on. Even though a 4-run lead in most parks would be very secure, not so much in this park. You've seen too many big innings. So let's see if the Cubs can get another run or two in the 9th as Pete Crow Armstrong steps in. Pete with a single back in the 7th inning. Takes outside for a ball. Pete headed to Philadelphia for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, his second in a row. He looks at a ball down low, and it's 2-0. Now, he's just walked a man. He's 2-0 on Pete. I say he gets something to hammer right here.
Hard to argue with you, Pat. Let's see what happens.
And the 2-0. Nope, way inside. Not even close. So Lauder is having a hard time with his command. He's wobbly.
Crow Armstrong, his last time up, had his first hit of the series. It was a big one, a ribby single to break a 4-all tie, give the Cubs the lead.
And the next offering, high and outside, he walked him. Back-to-back walks to start the ninth inning. Lauder doing the Cubs a favor. Seiya Suzuki due up.
And Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, will head out to the mound to talk to Lauder. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines.
Suzuki ready to step in. Seiya with one hit so far today. He's hit the ball hard, though, a couple of times. Now the home plate umpire, Alex McKay, out to break up the conference.
A reminder to stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network, featuring Mike Esposito this weekend.
I think that was Matt Tracy, the assistant pitching coach, out to the mound. As Suzuki steps in. 2 men on, nobody out. Ninth inning, Cubs on top, 8-4. Seiya takes a strike. Plenty of Cub fans in the seats down by the Cubs third base dugout. They've had a very enjoyable day. Alex Bregman belt a 3-run homer. Here's a high fly ball to left, playable for Blade, running in now to make the catch. And Suzuki is out number 1. Cubs lead 8-4 here in the ninth, and the batter is Alex Bregman.
The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Alex Bregman having a big game today, Pat.
3-run homer in the 7th. He also had a double and drove in a run in the 1st. And he'll look at a strike here. Bregman's home run last night, a game winner. His homer today gave the Cubs some insurance. Outside, it's now 1-1 on Alex. It's been fun to watch him play defense at third base this first half of the year. Very accomplished defender. Bregman looking at a strike, and now the count 1-2.
And if he can get the bat going to be the kind of Alex Bregman that he's been throughout the course of his career, could be a very fun second half for the Cubs.
Now the 1-2 lifted to right. It's playable for Marte. No LV will make the catch. And that's out number 2. Now with a name like No LV, wouldn't you think there would not be an L or a V in his name? Because in the name it says No LV. And there they are. It's plain as day. It's a little misleading to me, Zach. 2 outs, 2 on. Kelly the batter. Carson 0 for 3 with a walk. Rhett Lauder's pitch taken high for ball 1. 1-0. Do you have any major plans for the All-Star break? I think you mentioned you might see some family.
Yeah, and get a lot of rest.
Yes. The next offering taken down low for a ball, and the count 2-0 on Carson.
And I'm excited. I always like watching the home run derby. Kyle Schwarber is going to be participating. Bryce Harper.
And the next offering, it's in there for a call strike. All-Star game at Philadelphia on Tuesday night. 2 on, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Line towards center, coming in and making a sliding catch is Steer, and that ends the inning. So Kelly gets robbed. Good play by Steer. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Cubs trying to hang on and win the series. It's 8-4 Cubs on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs rate.
No, that's a different kind of historical vibe.
DOMO having a laugh over there. Ortiz went flying into that bag, and he got a big laugh up right there. You saw him.
There you see the power in his swing. Just
he had no idea where it went.
The beauty of being outside, wildlife doesn't care that there's a baseball game going on. We've got some raccoons on the field.
yes! Oh, God.
One ball, one strike to Ted Williams. And there's a long drive to deep right center. It could be. It could be. It is. Ted Williams has homered in his last time at bat. Williams, rounding the bases, is not tipping his cap. The crowd yelling, still waiting for him. He does not tip his cap.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
To know. Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Back.
The moment of truth has arrived in this ballgame. Bottom of the ninth inning. Cubs 8, Reds 4. Cubs trying to win the series and trying to get 12 games above 500 at the All-Star break. And trying to pick up a game on Milwaukee, who lost earlier today to the Pirates. Cubs started the day 6 games behind the Brewers. Curveball is in for a strike from Caleb Thielbar, working on Edwin Arroyo. Arroyo nothing for 3. The pitch bounced to third, foul. And now it's 0-2, Zach.
Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Thielbar, the veteran left-hander, ready for the 0-2, instead pauses. Brian Hayes is on deck. Here's a pitch low and outside for a ball. Ellie De La Cruz scheduled to bat third. Cubs 8 runs, 9 hits. Reds 4 runs, 7 hits. Reds haven't scored since the third inning. Excellent start by Matthew Boyd, and the bullpen has not allowed a single thing. Here comes the 2-2 from Thielbar to Arroyo. Fastball high. Full count.
The tough play of the game is sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Give it to Dansby Swanson for that leaping backhanded snag.
Deep fly ball to left. All the way back is Happ, and that ball is off the top of the wall. Happ fires to second, and a long, loud single off the bat of Edwin Arroyo. He just missed a home run. Happ played the ball very skillfully off the wall, and it's a leadoff base hit.
Beautiful job by Happ to play the hop off the wall with the bare hand and immediately fire it back into the infield to hold Arroyo to a single off the wall.
Brian Hayes, the batter. Yvonne Johnson instead will be a pinch batter. Swinging a foul back toward our booth. Grab it, Zach.
Sorry, I was under the table, Pat. It was too close.
Johnson, a right-handed batter, pinch hitting for Brian Hayes. Now the left-hander Thielbar ready, and the pitch. Fastball is down low. Yeah, you get that spelling, I-V-A-N. It could be either Ivan or Ivan. I think you're leaning toward the latter, aren't you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm going Ivan. Whoa!
And the bat goes flying on a swing and a miss. That bat sailed about 120 feet way beyond the end of the Cubs' third base dugout, and it hit off the screen, protecting some of the fans down there from foul balls or flying bats. Nobody got hurt. That's good.
That was an Olympic type of bat toss by Ivan Johnson. Wow.
So you've adopted the Ivan instead of Ivan?
Yeah, I'm going Ivan. He looks like an Ivan.
A ball and 2 strikes on Johnson. And the next pitch. Fly ball to center. Pete Armstrong right there. He's going to snatch that one. Out number 1. Johnson is gone. Ellie De La Cruz coming up. Cubs lead 8-4. Bottom of the 9th with 1 down and a man at first. Time to name the toast of the game. Presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Zach, I think this is your assignment today for the toast of the game. Certainly some candidates. Here's a fastball strike to De La Cruz.
Kevin Alcantara had a 2-run single. Matthew Boyd went 6 innings today. Michael Busch with a couple of doubles and a run batted in. But I'm going with Alex Bregman.
Ground ball left field base hit. A single for De La Cruz. This game is not over yet. The Reds now have 2 men on with 1 away. The Cub lead is 4. And Craig Counsell is going to go to the mound. Sal Stewart due up, so the Reds are getting into the middle of their order. And Counsell wants to bring in a right-hander in this spot. Pitching changes for the Cubs. Those are worth noting because they are brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. We're in the bottom of
Turns out a minor tune-up to the Dodgers lineup may have Mookie Betts firing on all cylinders.
It's gone! There's the feel, there's the results.
Dave Roberts decided to give Mookie a new perspective on Tuesday, dropping him from his usual 2-hole down to the cleanup spot for the first time since 2017. Safe to say, Mookie's slumbering bat woke up.
And this ball is gone. A home run as Mookie announces he is back.
Betts went atomic against the Rockies, launching 2 homers and driving in 5.
Well, Betts in that cleanup spot, and that's exactly what he's been doing with runs. He's been cleaning them up.
And hey, shout out Andy Pages. He shifted up into the 2 spot, racked up 4 hits, and extended his MLB leading RBI total. The Dodgers have been winning and are on top in the NL West, but getting Mookie Betts back to his old self makes their chances at a three-peat look a whole lot better.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
For the Cubs, Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth it.
Jacob Webb will try to save this ball game. The Cub lead is 8-4, and it is a save situation. Sal Stewart at the plate, right-handed batter, men at first and second, 1 away. Bottom of inning number 9. Each team with 9 hits. Stewart 1 for 3 with a double and a hit by pitch. And he'll take a fastball strike, 0-1. And the batter wants to challenge that call. Stewart thought it was outside. It was close. Watching it again. And it was a strike.
The goal is confirmed. Cincinnati has exhausted their allotment of challenges.
That's the voice of Alex McKay, home plate umpire. He's done a good job today.
And that ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
2 on with 1 down. Stewart takes a ball outside, 1-1. Pete Farr-Armstrong shading the right-handed batter slightly toward right center. Arroyo leads at second, De La Cruz at first. Webb fires. This ball is bounced slowly to a charging Bregman. He will try to tag the runner and miss, and then throws to first to get the batter, Stewart. Bregman tried to tag the runner going into third. That's Arroyo, but the third base umpire, Merzel, I think, gave the safe sign. And Craig Counsell says, wait a minute, we're going to challenge that. We think that Bregman touched the runner going from second to third. Very unusual play, Zach.
Hard to tell from the replay that we just saw.
Now the umpires are going to confer with Craig Counsell, and Craig wants to challenge that call. Maybe they just wanted an exact
review of the safe call at third base.
There it is. They wanted an exact clarification of exactly what you were challenging.
It's going to be a crew chief review.
We're watching Bregman grab the grounder.
And from
not even close.
Yeah, the replay that we saw, Arroyo is nowhere in the vicinity, but I'm wondering if they're going to say that Arroyo ran outside of the baseline to avoid a potential tag by Bregman.
You get about 3 feet. Once you establish whatever your baseline is, you get 3 feet from that point. And that, you're right, Zach, that would be the only thing to be questioning. I don't think he went out of the line.
After review, the call is confirmed. The runner is safe.
Yep. There are 2 outs, though, because Bregman able to throw to first to retire Stewart. Spencer Steer is due up. Runners at second and third, and the Cub lead is 8-4. The Reds down to their last out. Webb trying to nail it down. Steer the batter. Steer 2 hits in 4 at-bats. Webb's pitch, fastball high, 1-0. Cubs took 2 out of 3 in Baltimore, trying to take 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati and wrap up a very successful 4-2 trip. Here's the 1-0. Fastball strike, 1-1. Cubs trying to get to 12 games above 500. Now the 1-1. Steer takes low one away. Webb kind of smoothing out the landing area in front of the rubber. Late in the game, sometimes all of that landing and pitching and landing and pitching, little holes start to get dug. Now the 2-1 to Steer. Bounce foul. The Reds are down to their last strike. What do you like, Zach?
I think I'm going fastball here. That's been the pitch that has worked for Jacob Webb the most.
You want it elevated slightly?
Always.
You can hear the Cub fans here in Cincinnati. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball just inside. Didn't miss by much. Thousands of Cub fans wearing Cubby blue and shirts and shorts and hats. Many of them behind the third base Cubs dugout. Now the 3-2. Fly ball to left field. It is playable for Ian Happ. Cubs win the ball game. Happ made the catch on the edge of the warning track near the left field corner. The Cubs winning today's ball game by a score of 8-4, and they wrap up a very impressive 4-2 road trip through Baltimore and Cincinnati.
And the Cubs head to the All-Star break 12 games above 500, Pat. They've got a record of 54-42, and when you consider the hot and cold nature this first half for the Cubs. All the injuries to the pitching staff, both the starters and in the pen. For a month long, they went into an offensive slump. The fact that they're 12 games above 500 says a lot about the resolve of this team, and they're 5 back of first place Milwaukee in the National League Central.
And Zach, it's time to fly the W, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. Cubs win it 8-4. Back with the totals in just a moment. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10-2 on 104.3 The Score.
Chicago weather is tough.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10-2 on 104.3 The Score.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
The winning lineup for your home starts with the appliance experts at Grand Appliance. With premium brands like Bosch and Thermador, Grand Appliance can help your home perform like an all-star. And with fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day, Grand makes it easy to upgrade your home with the latest appliance innovations. Shop grandappliance.com or one of their 12 Chicagoland locations to learn more. That's Grand Appliance, Chicago's hometown appliance leader since 1930.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line. Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down